Beyond the Gate spoilers. For Wednesday, July 9th, suggest Dany Dupree is set to have a major meltdown, while Jacob Hawthorne's memory is triggered, and Vanessa McBride issues a threat. So time to dive into what fans should expect for tomorrow's show. As the Tuesday, July 8th show wrapped up with Dany running into Andre Richardson and Ashley Morgan while they were on their first date at Uptown, BTG viewers need to brace themselves for some theatrics and drama, with potentially a hint of violence from Dany. It's just what she does. Dany was hesitant about making a commitment to Andre or even being seen with him in public, but the resident playboy was persistent. As such, Dany folded and told both her mom, Anita Dupree, and her sister, Nicole Richardson, about her situationship with Andre. Anita was pleased, while Nicole wasn't. Still, even her father, Vernon Dupree, is in the loop, so Dany may be confused as to why Andre would push to tell everyone about their fling, only for him to go out on a date. Dany told Andre how vulnerable she's felt since Bill Hamilton left her for Haley Hamilton, so she'll be outraged that he's turned around and taken Ashley out. With that said, the two aren't in a committed relationship, so does Dany have the right to be mad? She may not have the right, but that doesn't mean she won't be outraged and potentially lash out, so Ashley better take cover. Across town, BTG spoilers imply that Vanessa will issue Joey Armstrong with an ultimatum. Is this about the conversation she had with Randy Parker and Doug McBride at Uptown on the Monday, July 7th episode? Randy has seemingly skipped town now that the truth has come out surrounding Kenneth's shooting debacle, so perhaps Vanessa will be privy to some of the drama around this on the July 9th show. Running a money laundering operation is one thing, but organizing murder is another. Vanessa could get freaked out enough to warn Joey to cool his jets where these types of criminal activities are concerned, or she's out. In other news, as Bradley "Smitty" Smith and Jacob continue to compare notes, this will trigger a memory for the police officer. Is this about his dad, Elon Hawthorne? Will it be a memory of his childhood? Or possibly something that links Elon to Martin Richardson's traumatic night 2 years ago? Then again, perhaps Jacob recalls something Vernon did or said 2 years ago that provides a clue in this mystery. Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest that Smitty and Jacob are very close to blowing this entire secret out of the water, and whatever Jacob remembers could place them on a path of shocking discovery. We begin Tuesday's episode at the precinct, where Jacob is telling Smitty to leave his father alone. Even with the added information that Vernon testified at Malone's hearing, Jacob says it doesn't concern Chief Hawthorne, or Martin. Smitty reveals that Vernon was one of Malone's character witnesses at his internal affairs investigation, and that Jacob's dad confirmed this information. In turn, Jacob admits that his dad asked him not to speak with Smitty about Malone. Just then, along comes Malone. "What dirt are you hoping to find?" he asks, but Jacob and Smitty are able to improvise a lie. Because Smitty can't just be chill, however, he mentions to Malone that he interviewed Chief Hawthorne about him, then asks if Malone has any dirt on him. Once Smitty wisely exits the conversation, Malone tries to explain himself to Jacob. He says someone has been looking through his financials, all of which he can explain. He tries to pass off the mysterious $500,000 as his half of the inheritance from selling his parents' house with his sister, who also allegedly died of cancer 2 years ago. It's quite a story. Malone understands Jacob standing by a family member like Smitty, but he says reporters can't be trusted. They get what they want, then they leave their sources with the mess to clean up. Back at Martin's house, Tyrell is in the middle of a chess match against Kenneth the busboy. You know, the guy Randy was supposed to take care of. Doing his best to pretend that he's never met Kenneth, Martin throws Tyrell's new chess partner out the door, telling his son to stop all communication with him. Apparently, Tyrell has been playing chess against Kenneth online for weeks. Tyrell isn't thrilled to be treated like a child, but it's not like Martin can explain himself, given the situation at hand. Martin angrily follows Kenneth to Orphe Jean's, where he tells the busboy to back away from his family, but it falls on deaf ears. Kenneth accuses Martin of orchestrating his attack, then promises he'll do his worst if Martin doesn't pay him double the amount he asked for. Over at the Hamiltons' house, Bill tells Haley to get ready for a battle as Dany arrives, bearing sweet potato pie. As Dany explains, she's merely there as a gesture of goodwill, relieved that Haley and her baby are going to be okay. But that's not quite enough for Haley, who thinks Dany should be apologizing for sending her to the hospital in the first place, which Dany finds laughable. She's cramping a little bit, and suddenly I'm the villain? Bill says he turned a corner with Dany after his stroke, as he genuinely appreciated her showing up for him at the hospital. But here's where you messed up, he says. I'm building a future with Haley. Contrary to whatever fantasies playing out in your head, this is not some temporary situation that's going to flame out. He then gives Dany an ultimatum. Apologize to Haley or get the heck out of their house. Rather than caving to his demands, Dany stands 10 toes on the ground, sticking by every single word that she said. Everyone has been telling Dany to take the high road, but she doesn't think Haley deserves it. An expert in dramatic exits, Dany offers Bill and Haley with some food for thought as she leaves. I built that pie from scratch. You might want to consider that before you take a bite. Yikes! Bill's next visit comes from Martin, who angrily confronts him about getting shut out of those backdoor meetings they've been having. Bill is shocked to hear that Kenneth was at Martin's home, but he says it was just a message. Tyrell was never in any real danger. At the casino, Joey is angrily wondering what happened to the rest of the money Randy was supposed to bring back. He calls Malone to let him know that Randy has gone rogue, but Malone sends it to voicemail. Bill later tells Joey to tell him that not only did Randy keep someone off the money, but he didn't finish the job by killing Kenneth. Fix this now, or everyone involved is screwed, Bill says. Now let's relocate to Uptown, where Ashley is nervous about her first date with Andre. She and Derek made so many memories there, including his unfortunate proposal, and she's not sure if she can handle being there. Andre convinces her that it's no big deal, giving her the strength to walk through the door. Sure enough, she spots Derek having drinks with another woman. And not just any woman, it's Shanice. I left my comfortable shoes at home, she tells Ashley. Tonight, I'm just a woman enjoying some fine company. To say that Ashley and Andre's encounter with Derek and Shanice is awkward would be an understatement. By the time the two pairs return to their respective tables, they're practically crawling out of their skin with anxiety. At first, Ashley can't believe Derek would have the audacity to go to Uptown, but as Andre points out, she's doing the exact same thing. And as Derek explains to Shanice, going to Uptown is his way of facing his past and moving forward, rather than running from it. Derek offers to pay the next time he and Shanice go out, which catches her a bit by surprise, as do Derek's seemingly genuine feelings for her. There's also plenty of flattery to go around, with him praising her abilities to heal people while she finds him heroic for running into burning buildings. Andre tells Ashley about inheriting money after his parents' accident, and how he keeps their legacies alive by working with charities they cared about. Andre says he's full of surprises, and it could take Ashley a lifetime to figure them all out. Ashley asks Andre why he's still single, and he says relationships are overrated. Every couple he knows talks about forever, until it's over. He says the key is to meet someone who makes you forget why you ever played it safe in the first place. Someone like you, he says, placing his hand on hers. Derek and Shanice politely exit the restaurant, but Dany arrives in their place, just in time to see Andre and Ashley holding hands. Cue the rage. Beyond the gates. 2-week spoilers for July 17 and 18th, 2025. See Vernon Dupree panicking and Dany Dupree going berserk. So, we are going to see Vernon absolutely upset, and Dany just freaking furious. The hit on the blackmailer that went bad sends the DRI patriarch off the rails, and Andre Richardson's hot date drives Dany off the deep end. And how glad are you to have new episodes of BTG back? I am stunned they took an entire week off. I don't know why. Maybe they were shooting and wanted to build up a little backlog of episodes to rely on. I just know it was pretty frustrating, and I feel like it was a missed opportunity, but we're back into it. So, on Monday, July 7th, which was Season 1, Episode 84, if you haven't seen it, Jacob Hawthorne's father, Elon, was really annoyed about Smitty Smith poking into the Marcel issue. Somebody leaked to him info that Vernon testified for Marcel with internal affairs to shield him, and then Randy shot Martin Richardson's blackmailer, but didn't do a good job because it looks like Kenneth, the blackmailing busboy, survived. He's got a little band-aid on his cheek. He's sitting in Martin's living room playing chess with Tyrell when the congressman comes home. Whoops. Plus, Allison tried to woo Chelsea Hamilton away from Madison, the hot duck. If you remember, Allison's the one that has the husband, and the three of them were dating. But Chelsea rejected Allison and said she's fallen in love with Madison, which is some serious insta-love since they've known each other, 5 minutes? Anyway, Allison's not happy, but Madison is. At least for now. That's going to change soon. Randy told Joey he might have left a witness warrant when he shot the blackmailer and dumped the body. And then the casino owner sends Randy on vacation to Disneyland after Doug Robinson was an annoying, interfering busybody that ticked off Joey. Doug dragged his old pal Randy off to Uptown for a drink and texted Vanessa McBride to join them in after she told Dany about Doug's gambling problem and how he got into debt with Joey. So Vanessa asked Randy if he's scared of Joey, and he says he is terrified. She doesn't like that at all. On Tuesday, July 8th, Season 1, Episode 85, we're going to see that Dany does not give Bill Hamilton and Haley Lawson what they want. I don't know if it's peace and quiet, or her blessing about the baby. It looks like Haley may be lying about the pregnancy, but Dany is now convinced it's real. However, Ashley Morgan knows there was no ultrasound done, but that would be violating her professional ethics if she told Dany the truth. Also, is Martin really seeing what he thinks he sees? He freaks out, and he grounds Tyrell over this incident, but you have to question for a moment if Martin is really seeing Kenneth, because he keeps hallucinating things and having those very vivid daydreams and nightmares. But with the bandage on his cheek, I do think Kenneth, the blackmailing busboy, really is alive because Martin wouldn't imagine that detail. And you know, Randy did seem like he was worried. He did a very bad job with that shooting. Also, Ashley and Andre head out for a date at Uptown, and spoilers say they run into Derek Baldwin. But in the promo for the week, it's Dany who sees them and totally loses it. On Wednesday, July 9th, Season 1, Episode 86, we have Dany possibly spotting them on Tuesday. But it's going to be Wednesday when Dany is really upset. She sees Andre out with Ashley at Uptown on a date. Andre told Ashley he's not exclusive with the person he's seeing, which is Dany. And boy, is Dany mad. She spots them. She slams down something on the bar. We'll see if Dany comes over to confront them while pretending to just be making casual conversation. This is all going to be awkward given Dany and Ashley's friendship. And of course, she has no idea that Dany is the one that Andre's been seeing because he's been Dany's dirty little bedroom secret for quite a while, not a public boyfriend. Plus, Smitty puts his head together with Jacob, who remembers something crucial, and it could relate to Vernon's involvement with this Marcel and Joey thing, and Martin is going to lose it when he finds out Smitty is digging into his dirty secret. Plus, Vanessa slaps Joey with an ultimatum. She's quite upset that Rye's scared of him. And let's be real, Doug is a total fool for rolling up on Joey like that. He gambled away a fortune, got his hot wife involved with Joey thanks to his gambling addiction. He knows the guy is dangerous, but Doug just can't zip it and walk away. For a man with a medical degree, I feel like Doug's just not that bright. So, Vanessa is going to rage in the end. She's going to have to solve this problem for all of them. And I bet she ends up banging Joey again because I think she likes the danger. Thursday, July 10th, Season 1, Episode 87 of Beyond the Gates. Kat Richardson sabotages Eva Thomas on the job at Ted Richardson's office. Kat's playing nice, but she's just playing. She's really setting Eva up for failure. I got no doubt that Kat wants Ted to think badly of Eva and fire her. And it all seems to be about the certifications that Ted mentioned, but Kat said they're already done. She flat out lied. And I bet Kat's also going to lie to Daddy Dearest and tell Ted that she told Eva to take care of them, but she was sloppy and didn't do what she was told. However, I bet Ted will know better. The big question is whether Kat would really risk her dad's professional standing to screw over Eva. Maybe, that's Kat. So, Pamela's got a wild idea for the modeling agency. We'll see. Honestly, I don't care too much about her, to be honest. Nicole Dupree Richardson is furious with Leslie Thomas, and obviously, it's something to do with Ted and all that nonsense. Friday, July 11th, Season 1, Episode 88. The Articulates reunion is at risk because the ladies are bickering. We'll have more of Tracy and Sharon. Anita Dupree said she was doing this reunion just so those two can get some money and enjoy the spotlight, because Anita feels guilty about going solo all those years ago and kind of doing them dirty. Martin goes all out to protect his family, but how far will he go? Will he call Bill and Vernon and say, "Oh, by the way, Kenneth, the bus boy sitting in my house. And remember when he saw Martin, he said, checkmate, and the congressman didn't know that Joey had taken out a hit on the guy. And it looks like Bill was complicit in it. And probably Vernon as well. Madison's not sure she can be with Chelsea towards the end of this week. This may be because Allison wants Chelsea back. Or maybe it's just because Madison's girlfriend had a past of dating couples, and it's just a little too hot for the doc to handle. The week of July 14th through the 18th, look for more fallout from the botched hit on Kenneth. It's going to come back to bite the co-conspirators, including Bill, Vernon, and Joey. Ted didn't seem to have a hand in this, but the others seem to all know the plan to lure in Kenneth and then kill him. Because once you pay a blackmailer, they never go away. Now Martin didn't know they were going to kill him. He just thought Bill was giving the guy cash to go away again. It's all going to get messy. I expect Vernon to be in a total panic because now Kenneth has even more grounds for blackmail. Look for Dany and Andre to hash it out. I doubt she can handle him dating Ashley as well. Haley is plotting with Leslie soon, and more on what's up with Haley lying to Bill. Maybe she already miscarried the baby, and maybe Haley was actually pregnant at one point. Or maybe it's been one lie from the start, but Bill's not going to be fooled for too much longer. Kat's game playing against Eva could really hurt her dad, Ted's medical practice. And Smitty gets closer to finding out the truth, and things start blowing up. Beyond the Gates spoilers imply fans are really looking forward to the week of July 7-11. A scene during the weekly promo shows Dany Dupree catching Andre Richardson out with Ashley Morgan at the local bar on their date, and it looks like she's about to have a meltdown. It doesn't seem like Dany and Andre will last much longer after this, so will Dany lean on Bill Hamilton in the aftermath of her breakup? Beyond the Gates spoilers remind fans that Dany and Bill had a heart-to-heart during the week of June 23rd to Chapter 7. Bill confided that if he could go back in time, he would have done things differently. He also apologized for not telling her that he felt trapped in their marriage, and cut and ran when he fell in love with Haley Lawson Hamilton. He said sorry for how he hurt her. While he made it clear to Dany that he still chooses Haley, he also acknowledged that no one knows him better than Dany, and how much she helped when she came to visit him in the hospital. As Bill and Dany cleared the air, could Dany lean on Bill after she breaks up with Andre? There will be no second chances for Andre after the week of July 7th. While she's enjoyed their fling, his betrayal will sting, especially in the aftermath of her divorce from Bill and all the feelings about this that she's shared with him. Bill chooses Haley, but how will he feel if he finds out Haley has been lying about being pregnant? There's been no confirmation that she is lying about expecting, but there's also been no confirmation that she is actually pregnant. If Haley has been fibbing this entire time and Bill finds out, could this be the end of their marriage? Could Bill naturally gravitate back to Dany? Will Dany lean on Bill in the aftermath of her relationship with Andre? Comment below. Check out the popular CBS soap Daily for your dose of Fairmont Crest drama. And visit this site often for the most up-to-date Beyond the Gates news and spoilers. The Beyond the Gates. What to watch moments for Tuesday, July 9th, 2025. Reveal dramatic moments. Jacob unlocks a memory thanks to Smitty's help. Vanessa serves Joey an ultimatum. Meanwhile, Dany tries to control Andre's love life. Smitty has been working hard to expose Marcel Malone, but he received the worst news of his life. His editor wants to kill the story. Smitty has already learned so much about Malone that he's going to continue. Then, he got the best news ever. Smitty learned that his source has the name of a key witness who testified at Malone's hearing. Jacob's father doesn't want him to speak to Smitty about Malone, but that doesn't stop Jacob and Smitty from working together. The two compare notes, which unlocks a core memory for Jacob. What will he learn about his past? And will he share this with Smitty? Meanwhile, Vanessa will serve Joey an ultimatum. Will he finally give her what she wants? Or will he refuse to take her on her deal? Even if that means he might not get anything out of it. Needless to say, Dany isn't happy about Andre's blossoming romance with Ashley. She will get territorial over him. Dany thinks she can dictate his love life in order to get what she wants. But will it work? Or will it explode in her face? That's a terrible way to start fresh with someone. But Dany wants to retain some sort of control over her love life, especially when it hasn't turned out the way she expected. So, it makes sense as to why she's acting this way. This past February, Allegria joined the cast of Beyond the Gates, the CBS daytime drama that has been praised for its representation, storytelling, and diverse cast. As Tomás Navarro, Allegria plays a smart, stylish, and sometimes mysterious lawyer working at Bill Hamilton's prestigious law firm. Allegria is quickly making a name for himself as one of daytime television's most exciting rising stars on BTG. Best known for his role as attorney, Tom Navarro on Allegria brings charm, intensity, and a fresh perspective to the small screen. In our exclusive interview, we talk about his career in film and television, his modeling, what we can expect from Tomás in the future, and the surprising place his character will find himself in. He also weighs in on the Kat and Eva situation. Could it evolve into a triangle? His character quickly became a fan favorite, with viewers intrigued by Tomás's flirtation with Kat Richardson and his growing connection to Eva Thomas. The role allows Allegria to showcase both his dramatic depth and his natural charisma, two qualities that continue to draw audiences in. The actor has a real passion for salsa dancing and, before stepping into the spotlight on BTG, Allegria built a strong foundation in both television and film. His TV credits include appearances on CSI and Intelligence, both airing on CBS, and the fan-favorite reboot Gossip Girl on the CW. On the big screen, he appeared in the action-packed feature film A Score to Settle, further showcasing his range and versatility as an actor. In addition to acting, Allegria has a diverse range of talents and interests. He is an avid salsa dancer and practices martial arts. He also enjoys exploring Los Angeles on his beloved motorcycle, Lola. His dedication to movement and physical expression stems from his background in physical therapy, which he studied while attending Stony Brook University. It was during college that a required theater class unexpectedly sparked his passion for acting, setting him on a new career path. Allegria's story is also tied to Colombian history. His great-great-great-great-grandfather, Rafael Núñez, served as president of Colombia and is credited with writing the lyrics to the country's national anthem, O Gloria Inmarcesible. Born in Queens, New York, and raised between the U.S. and Colombia, Allegria is proud of his Latino heritage and multicultural upbringing. He brings that rich background to every role he takes on. His birthday is September 9th. Fans can connect with him and stay updated by following him on Instagram at @asalsasenpai. Who would you like to see Tomás end up with? Sound off in the comments below. Wow! Parts of the Tuesday, July 8th episode of Beyond the Gates surprised us. The biggest, Shanice, who is Ashley's boss at the hospital, DM'd Ashley's ex and suggested they hang. In the process, we learned more about these two characters than ever before. There were other opportunities to learn as well. First impressions of Shanice and Derek are that they have potential for being a viable, watchable, adorable couple. In just the short time we saw them at Uptown, they were real with each other. They asked each other questions designed to get to know each other, and they didn't let the other put themselves down. It was also nice to see Shanice out of the hospital, and it was refreshing to see Derek smile and have fun. His relationship with Ashley didn't provide that. They were in their doomed phase, so they simply moaned, groaned, and complained about each other and their situation. And they made bad choices. the best choice they may have made was to break up. At least for Derek. Ashley and Andre went on their first date at Uptown, just like Derek and Shanice. Needless to say, out of the two dates, Ashley and Andre's was more awkward to watch. The two made attempts at having a deep conversation, and we certainly learned more about Andre. But Ashley kept glancing over at Derek. It might have been smarter if Ashley and Andre had left and had their first date somewhere else. That way, they would have missed Dany, who entered Uptown and immediately went ballistic when she spotted an intimate moment between Ashley and Andre. Even though her relationship with Andre is shaky, mostly because of some of the issues she's understandably having, she and Andre have something. Seeing Andre out on a date had to throw her. After playing chess online with an adult for 2 weeks, Tyrell thought it was okay to meet up with him and invite him back to his house. What was he thinking? Sure, he had no idea that he let the bigoted busboy of the DMV, Kenneth, into their home. And he has no idea how shady Kenneth is. But come on, he should have been suspicious of the guy. The man had a bandage on his face. He's young, but he needs to learn the social game. Tyrell even admitted to Martin that he should have texted his dads about Kenneth first. Understandably, Randy wouldn't want to go through with killing Kenneth, but he didn't follow through on getting the man out of town. He didn't do a very thorough job of making the busboy disappear, and now the guy is running around asking Martin for double his blackmail rate. Meanwhile, Randy made himself disappear. Will he stay off of Joey Armstrong's radar for long? Only time will tell. Bill has already alerted Joey and told him Kenneth isn't dead, and he's making more demands. Marcel tried a preemptive strike of sorts when he confronted Jacob about Smitty's illegal research into his financials. The shady detective offered up, out of the goodness of his own heart, a couple of excuses for those two mystery deposits. Jacob knows Malone is lying. It just proves that Smitty is going to have to watch how much further he can push his investigation. Once again, Jacob and Smitty were talking about cop corruption in the middle of the precinct. They compared notes about their investigation and dropped names like Vernon Dupree and even Jacob's dad, the chief of police. And they weren't whispering at all. How do they expect to stay off the radar if they're constantly conversing with cops surrounding them? Have you checked out our Beyond the Gates Facebook page and signed up for Soap Hub's BTG newsletter? Join the conversation with other fans. Be sure to tune in to BTG on CBS or Paramount+. Check local listings for airtimes. Longtime General Hospital star John Lindstrom, now a star of Beyond the Gates, announced his latest big project this week. Lindstrom, Joey Armstrong on Beyond the Gates, announced this week that his second fiction novel, Hollywood Payback, will be released on March 10th, 2026. It is available for pre-order now at Barnes & Noble. Lindstrom shared the news on his Instagram, posting a video of himself talking about the book. He started the video, Hey, you'll never guess what, but it is time again to release a book. Yes, the second book in my Hollywood series is going to be released. The author and Beyond the Gates star shared that the book will be available in multiple formats on the same day, saying, "What's interesting this time, that the hardcover, the paperback, the audiobook, ebook, everything is going to be released on the same day," which is really pretty great if you think about it. Hollywood Hustle was a thriller about Winston Green, an aging action film star past his prime, who gets caught in a blackmail scheme and tries to save the lives of his daughter and granddaughter with help from his friends in the entertainment industry. The film is being made into a movie, with Lindstrom as executive producer. Hollywood Payback, the sequel, seems to have similar themes with a different lead character. As described on the Barnes & Noble website, the protagonist is Jake Ferguson, who threw his life away 20 years ago. Once a promising Hollywood actor, he crashed and burned the usual way, with coke, booze, and pills. When that path reached its inevitable end, he made a desperate choice, and an innocent woman was killed. Before being convicted and shipped to Folsom Prison, Jake agreed to testify against his own partners in crime as the star witness for the prosecution. The novel picks up as Jake re-enters society and comes home to a Los Angeles he doesn't recognize. Then he meets a waitress named Carla, who gives him a new outlook on life. Until one night, a murder is committed right in front of him, and Jake knows he's been set up. With authorities closing in and more lives on the line, there's only one way out: for himself and the people he cares about. Revenge. Lindstrom, a cast member of General Hospital for more than 30 years as Kevin Collins and Ryan Chamberlain, has been absent from Port Charles this year as he films Beyond the Gates in Atlanta, playing casino owner Joey Armstrong on a regular basis. The actor found time for another on-screen project in the meantime. He appears in the film Pretty Hurts, which debuted on Lifetime on June 28th. The film stars Haley Duff, and the plot is described on IMDb as hoping to win money for college. Lauren enters a pageant only to discover a world of rivalry and manipulation, just as her best friend falls ill with a serious illness. Catch all new episodes of Beyond the Gates on weekdays on CBS and streaming weeknights on Paramount+.